Good day, everybody. It's Vikas Engelbrecht here, crypto coach, trainer, and crypto evangelist. So it's the 26th of December, and you know what? This time of year, I think a lot of people reflect on the year that it's been, and you just think, what's the lessons that you've learned, and what uh, do I want to continue doing? What must I stop doing? What went well? What didn't go well? I think a lot of us, as you lie on the beach or you read a book, you start to think of these things. And it was same for me. I also started to think, and I came onto, and I realized, but I want to share with you the 5 lessons that I've learned in starting my crypto business. So RH Crypto Wealth is my crypto business. I started it, although part-time in 2015, but I learned a lot of lessons over the past 7, 8 years. So I just want to share with you a few thoughts, the lessons, and so just to give you a bit of background of where I'm coming from. So I had a taste of the entrepreneurial journey from an early time in my life when I was primary school. My dad used to have we stayed in Polokwane, and my dad had a nursery. And one day he just told me, listen, take this trolley, make it full of plants. I think it was violets and orchids, small little plants and he told me, just go and sell these plants to the nearby shops. I went, was initially a bit scared, but as I see the interest of people onto my plants, and I realized that they were buying it, that's planted the seed for my first in realizing, but there's power in becoming an entrepreneur. So although I went on to study, I studied in industrial engineering at the University of Pretoria, that dream of mine, that seed was that was planted at primary school of owning my own business, never left me. So it continued on all the way through varsity, through my young working adult life, and up until the day I met cryptocurrencies. I realized in 2015, I happened upon online marketing, how you start your online business, how it works, how do you market your business. At the same time, I also happened upon cryptocurrencies. Or the moment I found cryptocurrency, it opened a whole new world for me, because I realized for the first time, I had the power to start my own online business. So I bought into the concept of cryptocurrencies in terms of that it's the blockchain. The blockchain empowers one to interact with one another without the intervention of third-party systems. So if I want to send my wife cryptos, I interact directly with her. I don't need a bank, payment processor, or anything in between us to send her cryptocurrencies. So at that stage, in 2015, I was part of a wealth group, and this wealth group, they started also in cryptocurrencies, and so they started multi-level marketing in the crypto products, in some of the gold products that we had. And it was an exciting period because it was all learning. I was still having a day job, but part-time I was doing this crypto and gold stuff. And it was an exciting time of learning, discovering all these new things. And I couldn't get enough. I was like a sponge getting all this information. So from 2016 to 2019, there was a lot of good and a lot of bad. And I learned a lot in that period. But in the end, I lost all my money. By that time, I also resigned and did the MLM thing full time. But unfortunately, by 2019, starting of 2020, the whole through 2020, with COVID and everything, I realized I lost my money, all my funds that I saved up over the 20 years that I was in corporate, I lost in all these multi-level marketing schemes that I've joined. So on the 4th of April, I started again. 4th of April 2021, I started again. And then I realized, but I need to do it differently. And the lessons that I'm going to share with you is the journey that I went on in terms of what, um, how I'm going to do it differently and what I learned over these few years that passed since. So, and the first lesson that I realized is that think for yourself. And this saying just sums it up so beautifully. It says, you will never be free until you learn to do your own thinking and gain the courage to act on your own personal initiative. And that was me. That was me for for a whole of my working career. Especially this lack of thinking for yourself happens normally when you start your own business, because for a long time I have just followed what other people told me. I wasn't a critical thinker. And that I realized was something that bit me in the bum. But then I thought about it longer and I realized, but in terms of cryptos and finances, the current financial system is creating a lot of lazy thinkers and lazy doers. If you think of our money, how our money system works, we outsource the responsibility of our finances, because we take our finances. If you have a day job, if you're having your own business, you take your money that you save up, and then you realize, but I need to save. But then you give your savings over to the financial planner, your wealth advisor, and they grow your money for you. And although it's regulated, although there's a lot of things that the financial planner must comply with, you still give your money and the responsibility over to them to grow your money for you, because we are told to save, and saving is a good thing. So that's what we did. But in the crypto space, the scammers is exploiting this concept of giving your money over to a broker and let them make money for you. They are exploiting this because people are lazy, because they outsource their money to the broker. Now they think it happens the same in crypto. In the crypto space, it happens a lot that a scammer will come and say, listen, give us your cryptos, give us your money. We'll grow it for you 20% a month, 5% a week, or some ridiculous claim that they give you to take your money from you and grow it for you, but just to end up stealing your money, taking it without, they're unscrupulous. They just take your money. And this is where, so this is a hard lesson I learned, and it happened to me. I also had this broker in the UK, and they said they're going to grow my money for me, and they showed me the proof. They even had me on an online call, and I saw how they were growing my money for me. Just to realize at the end, as I was putting more and more money in, and then at one stage I want to cash out, and then the website was down and the guys were gone. So in terms of what I want to do with people is that to help them, first of all, try and think for yourself. But first, to think for yourself, you must be educated. And I want to educate you with the basic stuff, because I realized over the past 7 years that I've been involved in crypto, if I've been educated in the basic stuff, not lent out my ears to the so-called coaches and wealth advisors that I was part of this wealth community, I would have maybe saved a lot of money. So that's the first lesson, is to think for yourself. But in order to think for yourself, get educated. And what I want to do with people is help them with the basics, because if you want to get good at something, like in sport, we've seen now recently with the Springboks, they've won the World Cup. If you go and dissect what they are good at, and if you dissect to what it all boils down to, you realize they are good at the basics, the elementary stuff. They are good at scrumming. They're good at line outs. They're good at tackling. They're good at kicking. They're doing the basics exceptionally well. And that's how you get good at cryptos. So I want to help you become good at cryptos by being exceptional at the basic stuff.